everybody, and welcome to this episode of Libby's Low Carb Lounge. We're talking about choosing a healthy yogurt today. We all think and believe that yogurt is healthy for us, and yogurt in general is, but a lot of yogurts that we find in the grocery stores are incredibly unhealthy and have more carbs than some candy bars. So let's take a closer look at how we can choose healthy yogurts. Yogurts are a slippery slope when you're purchasing them because their carb amounts could be all over the place. So here's my favorite brand, Fage, the Greek yogurt. This is unsweetened plain, and let me show you the difference between getting zero fat versus fat containing. Number one, it's hard to find full fat yogurt anymore, which is 4% fat. So you often can just find 2%. But here's a zero fat, 9 net carbs per 1 cup serving. And look, it's got 23 grams of protein in it. So this is a great protein source with low carbs. Now, you say, wow, low carbs, 9 grams. Well, unique to yogurt is when it is labeled with the lactose, which is the sugar in yogurt naturally, intact. Well, yogurt ferments, and by the time you buy it, that's why it's sour. And it has used up most of the lactose sugars. So this has been studied. And basically, when you buy plain unsweetened yogurt, it is reduced to about 2 grams of net carbs by the time you buy it. Now, that being said, that does not apply to sugar-added yogurts. So you need to get it plain, unsweetened, and you can sweeten it yourself with your non-sugar sweeteners. Now, 2% changes the profile. It's actually a little lower in carbs. So it's 8 grams of carbs by having more fat in it. And so, in general with yogurt, if something that has the lowest amount of fat and cottage cheese or any milk product, the lower the fat, the higher the carbs. Here's the same brand, Fage, but see that little bit of strawberry, probably a couple tablespoons worth of a strawberry mixture, adds quite a bit of carbs to this. So 17 grams of carbs for an only a 5-ounce serving. So you can see what happens when you're adding flavor to these plain yogurts. It really adds a lot of carbs. Now here's a Chobani brand. Here's a 6-ounce serving, 2%, and it has some mango in it, and it is 17 grams of net carbs, but look at how the protein amount has dropped considerably because it's only 5 ounces, and you're filling this up with sugar and mango. Sunnyside Farms is Nob Hill's basically brand, and this particular version is a 99% fat-free with 31 grams of carbs, look at that, and 25 of sugars. So you can see that the sugars that are contained in yogurt naturally is lactose, and it should equal the same amount of carbs. Well, look, they've added some sugar to this as well to make it taste better, because if you remove the fat, it doesn't taste good. Here is Yoplait, famous brand. Here's a full fat, which is hard to find. But basically, this one has 33 grams of net carbs, and look, 26 of sugars, which is lactose. Well, they've added sugar because there's a difference. It should match exactly. And look at the amount of protein in this 6 ounces, only 5 grams. Most of this is filler and sugar. You can see on the side there some of the ingredients: gelatin, modified cornstarch, all sorts of other fillers, and not really much yogurt to it. Here is Tillamook yogurt. Look at the net carbs on that. 34 grams of net carbs. 29 of that is lactose, so the balance is added sugars. Only 7 grams of protein. So we went from 23 grams of protein for a cup, the 6-ounce serving, and a cup is 8 ounces, to only 7. So most of these have a bunch of fillers in them. So you really should just get plain unsweetened Greek yogurt, and then you can add your own sweeteners or tiny bits of your own chopped up teeny amounts of fruit. The only commercially prepared yogurt that I've found that has flavoring in it, or fruit flavors, is Light and Fit Greek, made by Dannon. And it has 8 grams of net carbs per container, and it's a 150 gram, or about 5 ounces. But you can see from the label, it also has fructose, artificial flavors, other ingredients that are not natural to yogurt. So you're still better off if you take yogurt and you add your own flavorings. So, what have we learned today looking at all these different kinds of yogurts and all the different labels? What we've learned, and I've said it dozens of times before, and if you've been in any weight loss coaching with me, I say it all the time. Read labels extremely carefully. More than perhaps any other product out there in the grocery stores, yogurt can go from healthy to incredibly unhealthy with many, many grams worth of hidden carbs. So read those labels carefully and make sure that you have a healthy yogurt when you're choosing one. There are very few that have any flavoring in them unless it is certain brands that only certain grocery stores have. So the best type of yogurt to get is any brand that you like of full fat, Greek style, unsweetened yogurt. Now, Fage is a brand that is easily found just about anywhere, but any brand that you can find that meets that criteria, you're going to usually find 9 grams of carbs on the label per cup, and usually around 20 grams of protein. So it is a great product. Again, add your own sweetener. You can use stevia, Truvia, which is stevia and erythritol blend, sugar-free Chobani syrups of your choice. Their raspberry one is really great tasting. I use that quite a bit. Flavored extracts that you can buy in just about any grocery store. You can just use straight erythritol as sweeteners if you like it sweet. Greek yogurt, often a Fage brand in particular, tastes good without anything, honestly. You may also, if you choose, add a small, tiny garnish amount worth of fruit that you chop up finely and add to the yogurt. A little fruit goes a very long way when you're flavoring yogurt. It really mixes in well and sweetens it significantly. You can also add flaxseed meal, flax seeds, chia seeds, unsweetened coconut, or anything similar to that that's low carb for fiber and to add flavor. Okay, folks, we'll see you next time on Libby's Low Carb Lounge.